What would happen if your eyelids got cut off? Why would you want to know that, Vanessa? Because I have insomnia and I spend a lot of time thinking about strange things while trying to fall asleep, and that is one of the things that recently I was thinking about, and I kept on thinking about it, and you know what? I decided I'm gonna do the research for both of us. So when you Google what happens if you cut off your eyelids, all it says is, if you cut or tear the tissue of your eyelid, it could damage the parts of your eyes that drain your tears. And that's not a sufficient answer enough for me. Can you sleep without eyelids? Feeling sleeping like kind of, that's already a condition. Apparently there's a Buddhist guy who cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditation. Let's see what happened to him. Buddhist monk who lived in the 5th or 6th century. I don't know if this is real or not, so this is not also telling me what happened. I want to know what happens if you cut off your eyelids, just the whole thing. Do you need eyelids? Apparently, German soldiers in winter campaign in Russia, World War II, their eyelids froze off, and they seemed to go on living curiously, quote, normal lives, including sleep. We already learned that sleep, you can already sleep. We know that. Okay. We're gonna dig more into that, because what happened to those guys? There's a lot of pain, and the eyes will change shape if they're not kept covered and wet with saline. In time, you go blind, loss of focusing, and then completely blind. The eyes shrivel and shrink, and you are in pain the entire time. That's not a very seemingly normal life. No protection from dust would damage the eyes, no protection from sweat, which lead to itching, no protection from light, damage to the retina, resulting in no protection from the eyelids. Sleeping would be difficult. It would be severe damage to your eyes, and you'd lose eyesight earlier. How long would we survive though? I don't understand how we can humanly sleep with our eyes open and that doesn't dry out and damage our eyes. Well, I mean, like it would, I guess, but not as severely. How long can you live without... Oh, no. How long will you have your eyesight if you lose your eyelids? There's some research, but then there's like, oh, if you get a cut on your eyelid, oh, if it's more than just a tiny scratch, you'll probably hurt your eye, and then you go to the eye doctor, yada yada yada. Which I guess if you wanted to take a clean cut off your eyelid, like lifting it forward, I guess it would be kind of hard to be careful not to touch your eyelid, but I think it would be doable. Granted, this is a very disgusting visual I'm having at the moment. I wonder, can you get an eyelid transplant? Eyelid transplant. Surgeons cannot transplant a whole eye because even if they could implant the eye into the socket, the eye would still not be able to transmit signals to the brain to the optic nerve, and that's the pain the patient would not be able to see. That's not what the answer I was looking for, but based on that, little Naruto spoiler here, Kakashi got his eye from his friend, like physically, and science says that's not physically possible. Granted, a lot of things in Naruto are not physically possible, but science said that one specifically not possible. We're gonna move on. But I don't care, but I want eyelid, not eye. Oh my god, I just saw some weird eye visuals, some weird Google images I did not want to see. Did the Nazis cut off their eyelids? Apparently the Nazi soldiers cut off some prisoners' eyelids so they could not sleep. That's rough. Okay, wait a second. Why can some people sleep with their eyes open, but if you cut your eyelids off, you can't? Most people who sleep with their eyes open don't suffer any serious side effects. As a result, treatment can be as simple as using fake tears or eye ointment before and after waking to ensure the eye stays lubricated. Sleeping with a mask over the eyes can help as well. This research doesn't even exist. How am I supposed to find this? Unless it's like on the dark web, and they probably have videos of it on the dark web. And another person says in World War II, the Japanese would cut off the eyelids of Americans. Another person saying that in World War II, some Japanese people would cut off prisoners' eyelids. World War II, cutting off eyelids. I just saw some Google images again. I did not want to see. So after some copious research, my results are not that satisfying. Apparently there's not a lot out there in the world, except basically, if you lose your eyelids and they're possibly cut off, you're gonna be in a world of pain, and if not, you'll anyway eventually go blind. And if you're not in pain at the moment, well, how can you not be in pain at the moment? I guess if you were like in a coma. Do you feel pain in a coma? So no. So maybe if you got your eyelids cut off in like a coma, or had a lot of strong pain, hospital drugs in you, basically you can tell the world goodbye. And even if you survive, you should survive. If you watched this video, you must be as peculiar as I am. Check me out on Instagram and TikTok, and subscribe. Bye.